All right, Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And Shalom, salute to the hopefully elect. This is a continuation of the video that I titled it The Signs of the Times. Now, this bridge had collapsed on 95 in the Philadelphia area. So I typed in America's infrastructure. I remember the apostles did a video on the infrastructure and one of the first reasons why Rome fell, in which we know that Rome is America, or America is Rome in a reincarnation. It's also Babylon the Great. But that was one of the first things that fell, or one of the main things that led to Rome falling, was the infrastructure. Now, the infrastructure of a city, you got import, export. You got to travel. You have to have an in way and an out way to bring in goods and food, clothing, products, products and goods and resources. So you need the roads to be good. And every time I turn around, they're working on the roads. You got to work on the roads to keep it up. But the material, evidently the material that they use for these streets, they ain't doing a good job, because these streets, I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, and I believe all of us brothers could agree on that these streets are some of the worstest streets. Now, out in the county, their streets are beautiful. I feel like I'm riding on it's so smooth riding on it, but once you get in the city, that's where all hell break loose. And I periodically ride down D.C., and D.C. streets are horrible, because I got a route down there, and their streets are no better, And I used to go to Philadelphia a lot, and their streets are no better. So I did a simple Google search, and I typed in America Infrastructure Report or grade. And I'm reading right here, it says America Infrastructure received an overall grade of C. Now, if we know in school, right, the A were good, the B's and C's were you doing bad. That's just simple logic. That's just simple understanding, A C is bad, It's not even a B, A A is great, but it's not even a B. They gave it a C, so it's that's bad. I don't even have to go into all that. It's just simple. So here's the grade. Overall, the aviation, bridges, dams, drinking water, hazardous waste, energy, and so on and so on. You brothers can, see. So this is how they grading it. Exceptional, good, mediocre, poor, failing, And I tell you the truth, I believe America should get an F. Just by me, my everyday travels, riding on these streets, So I don't know how they came up with a C, but okay, that's still not an A. You think in the kingdom of heaven, for you guys that think we're in a new covenant, you think in the kingdom our infrastructure going to be a C? Come on now. Now, it's going to take time to build it up. But once our kingdom is built, and by our slaves maintaining it up, you think it's going to be a C? So there you go. So the infrastructure is important on in a city or in a kingdom, if you want to maintain a kingdom, But let's go back to the video. All right, here we go. I think we left off around here.
Driver, who is still unaccounted for at this hour, has been named as Nathaniel Moody. Sources tell us that he had been doing this job for quite some time and was an experienced driver, although the tanker that he was driving carrying 8,500 gallons of fuel was what exploded here underneath the Cottman Avenue here and 95. You can see they're spraying water.
So I don't know whether the bridge fell because of the explosion or vice versa, but the bridge collapsed. So
On some of that ash and debris at this hour. Today, we've seen investigators climbing through the ash and rubble. Governor Shapiro promising to announce emergency declarations to open up the flow of desperately needed help to this area. The National Transportation Safety Board has arrived on scene, investigating as the long road of repairs ahead are yet to begin. On Sunday at 6 a.m., thick plumes of black smoke billowed above this main artery for traffic in Philadelphia, paired with the smell of burning plastic and loud pops of explosions, sending drivers faced with this sight to reverse on the interstate. Getting an aerial view of this helps us to explain exactly what's going on today. We're looking at 95 north and southbound lanes here at Cottman Avenue, and below the highway, which is buckled, you'll see that concrete, the rebar, and the ash. In fact, I see someone climbing through it right now as investigators are here on the scene. If you look above that person coming out of the rubble, you'll see that the bottom of the roadway on the southbound lanes is completely charred, and that's why it remains blocked off today. Governor Shapiro says the U.S. Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, has promised an influx of federal funding to fast-track this repair project, which is expected to take months. This morning, Buttigieg spoke about the support to come.
And the entire region affected by this will have the full support of the United States Department of Transportation for as long as it takes to get that restored to normal.
Now, we just saw Senator Bob Casey get here. We know story on Action News this noon is that developing situation in Tacony, the aftermath of the Interstate 95 collapse.
Governor Josh Shapiro just signed a disaster declaration, and that'll help expedite all the repairs to get this major artery along the Northeast Corridor up and running as soon as possible. Let's take a live look here at the scene. Here's the Cottman Avenue Chopper 6 overhead. You can see they are starting that cleanup process. They're moving those beams out of the way. Investigators and crews have been trying to clear all that debris since it collapsed.
They've actually made some fast work here. Local, state, and federal officials are also touring the aftermath, and we should be getting an update when they complete that. So our understanding is they have just started to tour the site, this delegation that includes federal officials, and they'll give us an update and speak to reporters following that at any moment now. Now, this closed highway caused all kinds